What's going on, guys? Welcome to Zero Status.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
On today's episode, it's been a long time since the last episode, but life is crazy. But a brief update. A few months ago, I was tired of working for other people. I quit my job and I started my own business called Reset Garage, where I help people kind of take control of their garage back so they can get their cars in, so it goes back to being a workspace or a shop, whatever they need it for. But I help them declutter and haul away junk. Consequently, has also turned me into a junk hauler, which again, I also love. I love what I'm doing right now. It's been about almost 2 months, month and a half or so. And so far, so good. It's been going well. We're making enough to pay the bills and this, that, and the other. But in doing this, I needed a hobby on my downtime for something to do when I wasn't working. Because I'm working for me, I'm at home a lot. And I wanted something that I could do. So I started, for those of you that watch know, I love Harleys, I love motorcycles. And I was like, man, I'm going to go back to where I kind of all started this journey in the early 2000s with motorcycles. I love them, and I need to have a garage full of them. You can also fit more motorcycles in your garage than you can cars. Thanks for that information, Robbie. Not that was some crazy, oh my gosh.
I've just had an apostrophe.
I think you mean an epiphany.
Epiphany.
Lightning has just struck my brain.
Well, that must hurt.
But anyway, I have stumbled across a bike I've wanted as long as it's been out, basically. I'm a big fan of Buells, and specifically the Buell S1 and the XB motorcycles were my favorite. The old tuber Buells and then the gas and frame Buells I absolutely love. Also, Buell that's currently not Harley Davidson Buell motorcycles, the new Super Cruiser.
Buell's back, baby.
Might be the coolest thing currently on the market. Holy cow, that thing is awesome. I would love to ride one. Those things are amazing. Not enough people watch my videos to send me one, so I totally get it. But that bike is cool. I would love to own one. All right, back to this. I love the S1. More importantly, I love the S1 White Lightning. The White Lightning was allegedly 101 horsepower. It was one of the first motorcycles to crest the 100 horsepower mark for Harley Davidson in a Sportster engine. Now, Buell had tweaked the engine. It had different heads, and I think maybe pistons and cams. I think the flywheel was different. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look some of that stuff up. It's been a while. But a long time ago, I had an S1. It was silver. It belonged to a friend of mine. And I basically rode it around for a year and a half or so. Paid him a little bit of money. He let me ride the thing. It was phenomenal. And long story short, I've always wanted specifically the White Lightning. White frame, white wheels, white paint. Such a good looking motorcycle. Such a good looking motorcycle. They just are really cool with the engine hanging. And anyway, I love them. I stumbled across one. And then I stumbled across another one. And I was like, man, I need to find one of these. Fast forward to about 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine messaged me and said, hey man, I'm decluttering and I'm getting rid of some stuff and I'm trying to simplify my life. I've got too many motorcycles. And I love bartering. So I immediately was like, got to figure out a way to get this. I've got to figure out a way to make this happen. And he said, I'm getting rid of my Buell S1 White Lightning. And I'm like, what's the catch? And he just sent me a picture of it. It's totally disassembled, to be honest with you. It is not together at all. I have all the pieces on the floor next to me, which I will spin around in a moment and try to show you. But I have acquired a completely disassembled 1998 Buell S1 White Lightning, and I'm excited. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and kind of walk through some of the bins that I have, and it's a mess in here, so I do apologize for my shoddy camera work. I don't make these often. Also, I bought one of these 100 years ago, and I had that first one, and I've held on to it. I mean, it's so minty. It's basically brand new. I held on to that all these years in hopes that I would find one, and I did. So without further ado, here she is. This is a Buell S1 White Lightning. So there's a box of parts. There's a box of parts that's got the handlebars on top. The exhaust is right here. There's the front end, the wheel. The brake is on there as well. There's the engine, derby cover. And then as you come over here, there's more parts. Tail section, fairing, oil tank, seat, gas tank, more, the carburetor, triple trees, some of the plastics, the jugs are in there. There's one of the heads. There's one of the valve covers. But, yeah. But look, there you go. August 97 build date. But the VIN's right there. So I think what I have here is about 90% of the motorcycle. Like I said, I'm missing one of the cams. I think I've got 1, 2, and 4. I think I'm missing number 3. But like I said, I messaged my buddy. But the frame I'm going to send off to my buddy Matt Mummert, who does powder coating not far from my house. So I can have the frame stripped down and then have him powder coat it in a fresh white, so it's nice and clean. I also will pull the swing arm off, have it really cleaned up. I don't remember what they're made out of, but I may have it powder coated as well. I haven't decided yet. Since it's a moving part, I'm not sure how well that will hold up. The other fun part is you can't get parts for these really anymore, so it's kind of hard. So it's important that I have the parts that I do have. A lot of this stuff are going to be kind of traditional Harley Davidson parts, like the steering neck bearing. I think is really similar. I think it's a 1-inch. The belt I am going to replace because I am going to pull the swing arm out of the frame. Also, just FYI, you do have to pull the swing arm off of these bikes to get the belt off. So it's currently like all looped in. I would love to get a parts cleaner or something that I can clean some of the bolts and stuff and really get to town. But once the frame is repowder coated, the big thing is getting that engine sorted. So the engine was making a noise, and as it got hotter, the bike would lose power, and the noise would get louder. He thought he had figured it out and did some repairs to it, and that was not it. Got it all back together, was still making the noise. Inside that engine looks super clean. It's been 100 years since I've split a case on a Sportster. It's not something you normally do. I've never known one to really have bottom end issues. Normally it's top end stuff, which are relatively easy to do. Pull the jugs off, pull the heads off, pull the jugs off, pull the piston out, replace the piston. Typically is what you would do. It's hard to tell from the video, but I'm going to put new pistons in it. There is one piston. I don't know why there's only one piston. Maybe the other one fell out of a box in his garage and we missed it, which could be with the cam. Maybe the cam and the one piston. But I'm going to put new pistons in it. I'm going to get with my buddy Tim in hopes to help me get it all put together correctly. Like I said, it's been a long time, and I am so excited about this project. I would love to find another motorcycle. I'd love to find an old Softail Evo or a twin cam that I could park in the garage and ride while I'm putting this together. So kind of keep me excited about it. But like I said, I have most of the parts. The big things that I think need to be replaced are all of the bushings, all of the bearings, And then cleaning. I think that's the big thing, is taking as many pieces off and cleaning as many things. And my friend Mark Lewis reminded me there's a recall on the frame to motor mount, I think on the neck, up near the neck. I can't remember. Like I said, it's been 100 years, but this is my project. So I am super excited about this and hope that you guys will enjoy watching these videos of me putting this together. For anybody that does watch these videos knows that I'm super blue collar. This is not going to happen overnight. I don't have any sponsors or anybody that sends me money to do this. So I have to do it with what little money I get, which is usually selling stuff off Marketplace. In some cases, selling stuff that I've hauled away, because a lot of times people are having me haul away things that they just don't want anymore. And in some cases, I can take those and sell them, which is great. With that said, this is not going to be in 3 weeks or 4 videos. This is going to be a running motorcycle. I mean, I'd hope to have this put together within the year, to be honest with you. I mean, if I had unlimited resources and a pocketbook full of money, I would strip this frame down right now and run it over to Matt's house. I would pull the tires off the wheels and take the wheels and have those powder coated to match, and a few other parts that I think would be neat to have in white. But that's not a realistic option. So this is going to take some time. So bear with me. I will try to make videos as I kind of get back into Harleys. And my last 2 bikes were great. I loved my my Street Bob, my Softail Street Bob. And I loved my Road Glide. That's probably the nicest bike I've ever owned. And it may be the nicest bike I ever do own. I really like the old stuff, man. I love fuel injected stuff. They run good. Harley's fuel injection systems was a great fuel injection system. But it was funny when I'm looking at this bike, it's carbureted. So there's no ECU, ECM. There's none of those things. It's just a couple wires for the starter, a couple wires to run the lights and the speedo and the gauge cluster. That's really it. And I kind of like that with the old Evos and twin cams. So hopefully I can find something and do some bartering and end up with a running project is the key. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And stay tuned for what on earth is he going to do next. So here we go. Cheers. Hope you guys have a great day.